Hello and welcome back to Culinary Haven. In a couple of days' time we're going to celebrate my birthday, and on this special occasion I'd like to share with you a very old recipe. I can't remember how old it is. What I do remember is that it was my children's favorite dessert when they were little, and I remember that because it still is. Today we're making peach tart. Let's begin. I'd say it's a very unusual tart in many ways, in the ingredients that it's made with and the technique. Also the topping, which I, for the lack of a better word, will call custard, is also very unusual and absolutely delicious. So here's the list of the ingredients. For the crust, we'll need 200 grams of plain flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a pinch of salt, 60 grams of butter, melted, which we'll do in a minute, 2 tablespoons of any flavourless vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, so on, and 60 ml of hot water, boiling hot water. It's not there, we'll boil it in a minute. Peaches, 3, 4, depends on their sizes. And also I'd like to say that you can also use nectarines or even apples if you wish. Just change the name of the tart, makes no difference. Any of those fruit make an excellent tart, even plums. And for the custard we will need 2 egg yolks, which will separate from the whites and keep the whites to make your almond cookies, 20 grams of butter, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of sour cream or creme fraiche, and 2 tablespoons of apricot jam, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we'll start with making the crust. And I forgot to show you that we're going to make the tart in this loose bottom tart tin, 23 centimeters in diameter. So I'll take the flour, put it in a medium-sized glass bowl or large, 200 grams, add a pinch of salt, the sugar, 2 tablespoons, whisk it together. No soda, no baking powder, no nothing, just that. And now we're going to, the butter it's now melted, we're adding the oil to it, and just freshly boiled water, 60 ml, into the butter and oil mixture, and just pour it in. Tiny bit of butter left there. And I'm having that. Now just quickly mix this dough. It's very quick, like really. Just mix it until it comes together, which just seconds. That's how long it takes. Then with your hand, just make sure you collect all the crumbs and bits of flour, dump it on the worktop. You don't need to dust it with flour, by the way, just as it is. No more flour added at any point. Push it together, just very quickly, and mix this dough. As soon as it comes together and gets into this sort of a little ball, stop. That's it, that's enough. That's the dough ready. And now we're going to roll it. We're rolling it to fit this tin, so it's 23 centimeters in diameter, plus about 3 centimeters, an inch and a half tall, So that's we're adding another 6, 23 and 6, 29 centimeters in diameter circle. Rolling pin, roll it out. It rolls out easily. It's very nice, very pliable, no problem whatsoever. Like I said, you don't need to flour the surface or anything. Just keep going and try to make it round. Help yourself in any way you can. Just stretch it a little bit or just push it, press it down to make sure you make more or less perfect circle and 29 centimeters in diameter. I always use a ruler to make sure everything is good. Just like so. This pastry is so delicious itself that you don't mind it to be a little bit thicker even. I'm saying that if, for example, you have a smaller in diameter tin and your crust will be a little bit thicker, it's okay. It will be just no problem. This is a 30 centimeter ruler. Let's see, 29. Right, now we're going to roll it up onto the pin, onto this rolling pin. Gently, just lift it and lower it into the tin and just arrange it inside the tin, covering the base and the sides. Just do it with your thumbs. Like I said, it's a very easy to work with dough, like really nice. It's like Play-Doh. So make sure that the pastry goes up to the edge and just make it even, pressing it with your finger just on the side and at the top. And once you've done that, we're going to place this into the fridge for 20 minutes. If your fridge is not very cold, maybe 30 minutes. We need it to rest and to firm up. It's been 20 minutes. Our crust has nicely chilled and firmed up, and we're going to put it, just in case, it's very unlikely that it will leak, but just for the peace of mind, put it on a parchment-lined baking tray. And before we do anything else, preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. Now we'll deal with the peaches. So take one with a sharp knife, go around, feeling the stone, twist, and open it, and cut out the stone from the half. Oops. These are big enough to, I think, 3 should do it. And now we're going to slice them into about half a centimeter, 5 millimeters slices, approximately 5, maybe a little bit less. Whichever fruit you choose, peaches or nectarines or apples, the baking time will be the same. And before we place the peach slices in, with a fork, just lightly pierce the base of the crust all over. That will prevent the pastry from just bulging, and even if it does a little bit, Don't worry about that. We'll fix that. Just all over the base of the pastry. Now we'll arrange our slices in any pattern, any way you like. It doesn't matter, because in the end you won't even see it. It will be covered in our beautiful custard. So the goal is to put as many as we can, as many slices. Overlapping is fine. 2 layers or more is not. It's just a 1 layer of peach slices overlapping each other in any pattern you choose. And if you have just a few little slices left, it's not a problem, we'll just eat them. There it is. Looks really, really lovely, doesn't it? But like I said, the pattern doesn't really matter. And now we're placing it into the preheated to 180 degrees Celsius oven for 30 minutes, just like this, nothing else. Time is almost up. We will need to quickly prepare our custard just by combining everything in one bowl. So we'll, in a small bowl, combine everything. Separate the eggs. We only need the yolks. Adding the sugar, 3 tablespoons, the sour cream, 2 tablespoons. The deeper the color of the yolks, the better the color of the custard will be. 20 grams of melted butter. Mix it together. And 2 heaped tablespoons of apricot jam. Stir it in and add a teaspoon of vanilla. That's it, all done. Mix it all together and take the tart out. If your oven is a little bit on a hot side, maybe turn it down 10 degrees Celsius from 180 to 170 and bake it for 15 minutes. Here we are. Our peach tart is ready, and all we need to do is to let it cool to room temperature before we slice it. You can see that it's bubbling a little bit around the edges and just a tiny bit wobbly in the center. So this is it, ready. Tiny little bubbles, not too much. We don't want to overcook the custard, just until it sets, and then it's ready. Look how beautiful it is. Now, it took 1 hour, just 1 hour, for it to cool down to the desired temperature, and now we're going to unmold it. I'm actually going to use this tin. I advise you to do that. Just put it like so. It's not sticking to anything, just release easily, and let's see how it's going to slide off the base. Gently move it onto this platter. There. Now I'm going to slice it. All right, so let's do that. Look at that. And all that is left to do now is just to eat it and enjoy it. If you tried any of my recipes and liked it, trust me on this one. Just try it and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. If you have any problems or any questions, just drop us a line. We will answer as soon as we see it. Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven, and until next time, bye. Just yesterday.